Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today I'm going to tell a story from Korea. It's a story about, is it true that kindness always pays off? The story is called The Compassionate Gentleman. And it goes like this. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in the 14th century, there lived a man called Yon Wei who made it to be a minister of literature and arts and also to be one of the greatest poets of his time. Now, when this Yon was young, he once made a trip into the countryside. He needed to travel far and he needed to spend overnight. And when it was becoming dark, he stopped at an inn to ask whether he could spend the night there. And the innkeeper told him, "Sorry, but I have no vacancy at all." So our Yon had no choice but to stay under sort of a house with a low roof close by. And from that point of view, he could see that later that night, the daughter of the innkeeper came out in the courtyard and she dropped a big pearl by accidentally. But immediately at the same time, a duck came by and swallowed up the pearl, thinking it was food of some kind. Now, when the innkeeper later found out that a pearl was missing, he was immediately suspicious of Yon, our friend. And he went over and he said, "I think you stole that pearl." So he tied him up because he wanted him to be persecuted the next day. And Yon did not defend himself. He only asked whether the duck could be tied up next to him. So the next morning, the innkeeper came and Yon said to him very calmly, "Please, I come with you, but please check the excrement of the duck next to me here." So the innkeeper thought that was an odd request, but he continued to do so. And in that, he found the pearl of his daughter. And with a very embarrassed look, he said to Yon, "Why didn't you tell me this last night? Then we could have avoided all of this fuss." Then Yon smiled and looked at him and said, "If I had explained this to you yesterday, undoubtedly you would have cut open the duck to look for the pearl." To that, the owner had no answer, and he left. If you have any suggestions for another story or any comments, let me know. Thank you.